You know what sucks? Having to do secondhand narrations. Mainly because sometimes you forget exactly what you said, and then you have to go over it all over again. Anyways, here is Chapter 2 of Let's Play Demon Stone, also known as Forgotten Realms Demon Stone for the PlayStation 2. Now, our characters are all set up from last chapter. We already bought gear for them. So, let's head into Descent into Gemspark Mine. During secondhand narrations, what kind of sucks is I really can't hear anything on the other end. So, I'm going to be kind of guessing when cutscenes come up. There's the health meters, and it shows everything you need to know when playing with all three characters. Everything looks a little sharper, a little better because of the brightness and sharpness things that I fixed. They were.
This is the Gemspark mine.
Cutscene.
I heard of it as a child. Enough riches to make us all kings.
There could be orcs around that bend. Can you really think of riches?
I'm half drow.
The drow are murderers and thieves.
Well, you won't see me playing hero. And I don't know why you feel the need.
I'm from a town called Nesme.
Of course. It was overrun by trolls.
I was in that fight. But I was knocked out early. When I awoke, almost everyone I knew had been killed.
Explains the death wish.
You guys are awesome for comments like that. Well, they're going to be introducing now how to switch between characters and the various controls when you have three characters at once rather than just one. So, left switches to Ilias, right to Jai, and up to Rannick. Okay, simple enough.
The name's Ilias.
Now, as you can guess, because those are on the D-pad, you really can't
find a way out of here.
move around with the D-pad. You have to use the left stick. Well, anyways, right now we're going to practice Improved Critical. Despite I really won't be using it for the rest of the level. I haven't played this in so long that I just keep like hitting X and just seeing what happens. But do a little practice right here. I'll probably use more of those moves and stuff when we get later on into the game. Now looking over this wall, we can see enemies over there. So let's bust down this wall. And let's go. It seems there's a forge back there that we can push them into. So I kind of tried to put that first guy back there into the forge, but that didn't work. So I started looking around for gold while the other two were destroying the rest of the guys. Now, as you can see, there's a little white flashing bar that's kind of filling up behind Jai. Behind her character icon, I guess you could say. More guys popped up, etc., etc. Anyways, that bar is actually a hero meter, and it allows you to use special moves when it's full. You get more by killing enemies. So mine just filled up, so I decided to use it, and I missed most of the enemies. One of them went into the flames, though. So let's go ahead and start pushing guys back. I kind of kicked him to death. I kind of looked around for a moment. I thought this was the end of the enemies, but of course not. I kind of tried to protect Ilias right here, mainly because, well, if you think about it, he has the most, he has the least health, despite he has good armor and all that. That little bottle back there, the red bottle, fills up your hero meter full. Now, I thought one of them was empty, and then I was like, everybody's got around the same. Then I walked over and realized, oh, yeah, that's right, it disappears. Right here, I was just looking for hitting gold and stuff. I forgot I can't get anything just yet. I don't know how I went invisible right there. But we got archers, and they are lousy shots. Which I'm not complaining about, that's a good thing. I don't want to get shot. Okay, so Rannick breaks all that down, because we're going to have crystal spiders. So we've been fighting orcs and I guess trolls up until this point. Now we're fighting crystal spiders. Not very tough enemies. Now we're going to be running over here and we're going to get some orc archers over there.
Sorcerer, take out those archers!
What Rennick's doing is he's throwing little throwing axes and I have throwing daggers and Jai. So we're going to start, I'm just going to start throwing those. Rennick gets only kind of like 15 throwing axes, but Jai gets around 25 throwing daggers. Eventually I decided to stop throwing daggers and just kill those while Ilias shoots these guys to death. I didn't notice on the initial playthrough, but during that section I was taking so little damage because Ilias cast Protection from Evil, which is pretty useful. Now, both of my melee characters are out of freaking throwing daggers and throwing axes, so it's all up to Ilias. I could have switched over, but he was doing darn well already. So I just kind of was like, okay, just do that. Now, you have to knock down the bridge. Now, initially I just threw around my magic spells for a moment. Before I remembered, oh, yeah, I have to use charge attacks. Knocks down, bunch of orcs come in, and I switch to Jai just as she got slapped down. So I come over here to protect Ilias because, well, let's face it, he's awesome, and Rennick can hold his own. I'd forgotten I could not afford toughness when I upgraded. I'd forgotten that, and I thought he had a hell load of health. Oh well. He still did good. So now I kind of just ignore the enemies and I kind of just wandered around for a moment. Breaking crates, stuff like that. Now when I wasted that, despite I should have used a team super, which I will in a moment I believe. Yeah, I did. Basically, those are pretty much like everything dies. Got back 10 throwing daggers. And I was going to throw daggers at that guy, but no. He got a charge attack to the face, a la Ilias, which is pretty awesome. So we've got this one guy who's kind of attacking Ilias while he's trying to shoot things. He knocks one of the archers down, and I'm like, ah, kick your ass. And this little melee guy gets in the way. Then it proceeds to piss me off because both of them were taking pot shots for a few moments. I decided I'd do a little blocking myself, but he saw through it, which was bullshit. Then I proceeded to kick his ass. I was going to be throwing daggers at the guys up there, the archers, but this game has kind of like a auto-targeting system, choosing who's going to get shot. And it kind of targeted the guy that was on the ground behind me, which pissed me off. Because that was a waste of perfectly good throwing daggers. Come on, Ilias. Ilias was decided to swing, so I switched to him and I was like, stop that.
Smoke!
And it appears Jai is the only one with a brain. So Jai awakens, and there's no more talking in this cutscene, so I'm speaking now. Now she starts following, and of course it's into a dark tunnel. Dark tunnel plus Jai equals dying orcs. I went back because I wasn't sure if the orc coming up would spot me or not. Of course he didn't, because I forgot about this little patch that was right next to him. But my problem was not knowing if he'd spot me as I went into the patch or not. Another patch right here. Couldn't see it from where I was. So there we go. let's go ahead and, well, the instant kill didn't work there, so I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna kick your ass. Not gonna try a second time, I'm just gonna rip you apart. Some gold appears, so I'm like, oh yeah, I get that. Come over here, bunch of freaking crystal spiders, but they're really just leading me to where I need to go. So really didn't need to fight them by myself.
We might have been better off against the dragon.
It was never a choice for me. I came through that portal because I felt drawn here by fate. Something needs me here inside this mine. But you were not supposed to be involved.
Well, if you're right, we leave this cage alive. After that, who knows?